The community organizations in the town of Powassan have come together to do some pretty amazing things. Primarily, the community organizations help fund different recreational projects within the town, and those recreational projects help develop the town of Powassan in ways that will truly be remembered forever. The Poisson Lions Club was formed in 1938, and since then they have been an integral part in the development of Powassan and the surrounding community. They host extremely large fundraising events in efforts to support different causes, one such cause being this park. Now I got to sit down with Joe Giesler, who is a 94-year-old Lions member. He joined in 1947, making him a 72-year volunteer with the Poisson Lions, and he's been awarded a Queen's Medallion for his service. He has served as president a few different times, and under his term in 1955, arguably one of the most significant community contributions was made, the building of the Lions Pool. This pool was built with the primary purpose of teaching kids how to swim after a young boy had drowned in the nearby creek. And in Joe's opinion, the pool and Lions Park are the most significant contributions that they have made to the town to date. Now, aside from their other large initiatives, the Lions have also contributed to the North Bay Regional Health Center's building, the Red Cross, and many different children's camps. They also provide around 50 turkeys to families in need at Christmas time. The Lions fundraise through ongoing annual events like the raffle of a 16-foot cedar strip canoe, which is actually built by Lions members with supplies donated from Giesler boats. They also hold pancake breakfasts and fish fries, and those fish fries have been happening since 1946. Now, Joe says his favorite part about being a Lion is the meals you can get at the meetings. But Joe, along with the other Lions, say that the best part about being a Lion is the feeling you get when you have helped someone or many people in the community. So, if you ever find yourself with extra time, feel free to join the Powassan Lions. They're a pretty good place to start. In 1904, it was realized that a covered ice surface was needed in the town of Powassan, as outdoor events were becoming more and more popular in terms of skating and hockey. In that year, a community group came together to plan and fund the construction of a skating and hockey arena. The arena that they built was located behind the recently vacated Golden Sunshine Club, but the Golden Sunshine Club at that time was the town hall. It opened in 1905 with a curling rink attached. But it collapsed soon after in 2010, only 5 years later, after snow piled on the roof. The collapsed arena lot was left vacant for over 20 years until in 1932, a meeting was called to build a new arena. In 1934, a brand new state-of-the-art arena was built on this lot, and it became envied by many surrounding communities. In 1962, for $45,000, artificial ice was installed to lengthen the skating season. And in 1973, a new kitchen, entrance hall, and community hall was added to the front of the building. However, in the mid-1970s, surrounding communities were suffering from snow-induced roof collapses, and the conscious decision was made to tear down the old arena. With it closing officially on April 3rd of 1977, the grand opening of the new Sportsplex 78 took place on January 27th of 1978, with a grand opening of a new curling club right next door. Powassan cherishes its participation in the hockey community, with records dating back to Powassan's beginnings of people playing the sport. Many different teams and divisions have been hosted out of this arena with many success stories. Currently, the Sportsplex is home to the Powassan Voodoos, who represent our town in the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League. Now, along with the building of the new covered arena in 1905, which I mentioned earlier, an additional bump out on that building was added for a curling ice surface, but that also met its demise in 1910 when the roof collapsed in. Throughout Powassan's history, curling is an admired sport and well participated at that, and around 1954 it was realized that an entirely new facility should be built. The location of the present-day pool house at Lions Park is where the 1954 curling club was built, and to raise money for that facility, the curling club sold memberships. Over 100 people bought memberships to help support the curling club, and that number continued to grow even after the curling rink was built. The club was able to raise enough money to even buy an artificial ice surface. After faced with the same roof collapsing problem as the hockey arena did in the mid-1970s, the curling club joined the arena rebuild train and a new facility was built and opened in 1978, which housed 2 ice sheets, a working kitchen, and a bar. The club is still open today and has been renovated within the past 10 years to update and modernize the club. The club is used for many community events and still runs a league throughout the curling season, with participants of all ages. The Powassan Agricultural Society began in 1895 under the name South Hemsworth Agricultural Society. It was named the Powassan Ag Society in 1907 after the municipalization of the town of Powassan. So let the record know that the Powassan Agricultural Society is technically older than the town itself by 10 years. The Agricultural Society is primarily known for its annual Fall Fair. It is an event which takes place every Labor Day weekend on the fairgrounds on the outskirts of Powassan. The first Fall Fair was held in front of the old Powassan Public School, or the present location of 250 Clark today. The actual fairgrounds themselves were not donated until 1900 or around there. The exhibition building was built in 1938, and the grandstand was built sometime in the 1920s, but it was torn down in 1997. The longtime treasurer of the Agricultural Society, Wanda Altman, sat down to discuss her experience with the Fall Fair and the Agricultural Society. She participated in the fair as a child exhibiting her own work as part of her school, and then she later encouraged her children to do so as well. In 1994, she took over as treasurer of the Agricultural Society. Her favorite part, she says, of the Fall Fair is currently the children's exhibition, because it allows her to keep her family involved as well as all of the new generations of children in Powassan. She noted that other significant moments in the history of the Agricultural Society that she is proud of is the introduction of the Demolition Derby in 2003, which is a staple at the event. Additionally, she is proud of the fact that the Agricultural Society has maintained the long-standing tradition of the heavy horse pulls. Aside from the Fall Fair, the Ag Society takes on other initiatives. Recently, they've started doing multiple things, like a Valentines for Vets program, which is a program where women and children would write valentines for war veterans. They also hold contests to see who could best decorate a can of food to bring awareness to the Powassan Food Bank. They also buy, knit, and or donate hats and socks to the Warming Center. Also, they make hats for premature babies at the North Bay Regional Health Center. The Agricultural Society does so many great things for the town of Powassan, and Labor Day weekend here is never a dull moment. So, check out the Fall Fair, as well as you can check out the Smoke and Spurs Rodeo, which happens Labor Day weekend as well. I suggest you try both. A staple within the town of Powassan is the Powassan and District Union Public Library. The library formally opened in the year 1913, but there were anecdotal indications that it existed in the year 1900 out of someone's private residence. There was record from a 1912 meeting of the Women's Institute asking for the reconstruction of new library facilities since the old one, which was located next to the old Temperance Hotel, burned down. The library opened in 1913 with only 150 volumes, and 3 years later had accumulated a membership of 345 people. In 1919, the library was moved to the old post office, and it was run out of that building. When it was there was 948 volumes recorded in the year 1921. The library moved in 1927 and then once again in 1936, this time to a building attached to the back of the old Windsor Hotel. During the 1930s, there was an initiative going to fund a new library facility, a totally separate building for the service to move to. That building was officially opened in 1939, and it was only open Wednesdays and Saturdays between 3 and 5 p.m. and 7 and 9 p.m. 24 years later, in the year 1963, the library outgrew its small separate building and moved to where the Grace House just recently vacated. At the time, it shared its facilities with the town hall. In 1971, it became the Powassan District Union Public Library, as it combined the assets of surrounding towns, Trout Creek, Chisholm, and South Hemsworth. The building that the library is currently situated in was built in 1982 with over 2,000 square feet of stacks and 2 meeting rooms. We house over 24,000 volumes and serve over 2,000 members. We also offer a wide range of activities and services here at the library. For example, we offer computer access, social events for all ages, the TD Summer Reading Club in the summers for children, technology support classes, and so much more. We also house a great variety of historical reference for you to learn about the history of the area. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to learn more on the history of Powassan, check out powassanlibrary.com for more information and to check out our other videos.